Your Excellencies, thank you very much for having me today. My name is Kevin Sabet, and I'm a former White House drug policy advisor, as well as president and CEO of SAM, Smart Approaches to Marijuana. We remain deeply concerned about the global drug problem, especially in light of drugs that are being promoted, legalized, and commercialized in contravention to the UN treaties. Drugs such as cannabis, and now also moving on to psychedelics and other drugs, are being promoted by multinational for profit corporations in order to increase their profit and sadly hurt public health, public safety, and the public good. In the United States, we have more than 10 years of experience now with legal cannabis, legal under the state regime, illegal under federal and international policies. But regardless of that reality, these drugs are being promoted by major companies in order to make a profit. The experience we've had has not been good. In states like Colorado and other jurisdictions, we've seen an increase in young people use, especially high potent, very highly potent marijuana. Today's THC can be up to 30 to 50 times stronger, and that's why we're seeing a double-digit increase in our hospitals, emergency rooms, and our already strained public health systems. We're also seeing increases in impaired driving crashes, as well as other negative consequences and costs that are borne to the community. The United States is not alone in its states or some of its jurisdictions flouting these international rules. We've seen this happen in other countries, and in other countries, we've also seen the problem of the commercialization of cannabis. Now, we are not calling for an increase in incarceration or penalizing people who use small amounts of drugs like marijuana. Those people need help to get off of drugs. We need to increase intervention and treatment, as well as make stronger our international commitments to a drug-free world. Although the goal of a drug-free world may be unattainable, it is still worth having, just like we want to have a world free from other scourges and public health problems in society. That does not mean we wage war on individual users. Again, we should have compassion for users. We should not resort to incarceration for users. And SAM wholeheartedly condemns overly punishing penalties that we do see in some countries around the world. But that we can condemn those penalties, but at the same time, not argue in favor of relaxing drug policies. That is what a balanced policy and what a balanced public health and public safety approach to policy can look like. We remain deeply concerned that some jurisdictions are flouting international law beyond cannabis, now moving to drugs such as psychedelics and even drugs like heroin, providing safe spaces and places for people to use drugs and facilitate use. Again, we want to get people help, and there are ways to reduce harm in order to get people the help that they need, but we should not be encouraging drug use. We call on member countries to reaffirm their commitment to prevention, early intervention and treatment, helpful and effective supply reduction, and increased international cooperation. We remain deeply concerned that companies and industries like big tobacco and big pharma are getting into the distribution of currently controlled illicit drugs. We thank you for your time, and we at SAM remain committed to being a resource for all of you when it comes to navigating these very difficult waters and these very difficult times when we see the increase in the proliferation of substances around the globe. Thank you.